Good afternoon. My name is Emily Nunez, and I'm here today to talk to you about how to navigate to the transfer guides on the Transfer Virginia portal and how to use them to advise your students. We'll start by going to the Transfer Virginia portal, which is transfervirginia.org. On this carousel here, you'll see transfer guides. We'll click on that and then click anywhere in this screen. This will take us to the transfer guides in the Resource Center. Currently, there are 170 transfer guides. That number is going to increase as time goes on, as four-year institutions are creating these transfer guides every semester. We are about to add approximately 90 more early this spring. Students can filter by institution or by discipline. These are the institutions that are currently in the portal that have transfer guides, certainly not all of them. These are also the disciplines that we currently have in the portal, also not all of them. These are based on the common curriculum work that we're doing. There are currently 12 disciplines out there that four-year institutions can map from, but a lot of work goes into that, and so it does take a little bit of time. But hopefully we'll see, many more as we progress through building this portal. So if a student, again, knows where they want to transfer, they can search here. They can also additionally filter by discipline. So if they wanted to click on George Mason and look at what business programs they have, they could do that. If they know what discipline and maybe not what institution, they can search just by discipline here. And of course, they can also just sift through all 170 if they choose. Today, we're going to look at Virginia Commonwealth University here. And then we'll do business. And I'm going to click on their accounting transfer guide. And so it'll give you the transfer guide right in the screen here. But if you'd like to make it larger, which I'm going to do, you can click over here on the right and open it up in a PDF. All of the transfer guides are based on a transfer guide template that we've created, so they're all going to look very similar. Of course, the content and the colors at the top will differ based on that specific institution. So at the top, it'll have the institution name and the major. So this is VCU's bachelor's degree in accounting. In some cases, they will put if the program is online or in person. You won't always see this, and if it's not there, then most likely the program is going to be in person. This will tell you the common curriculum that was used to create this transfer guide. So in this case, it is our business common curriculum. Over here on this side is the catalog years. This is based on VCU's 23-25 catalog year. And so that information is important because that can dictate what is included on this right-hand side, this complete at VCU side. So after 2025, it is possible that the coursework here could change. What we're really trying to demonstrate to students is that they'll be transferring in as a junior. So you'll see these are all 300 and 400 level classes, and that they only have 60 credits left to graduate upon transfer. In some cases, you may see 100 and 200 level classes here. That is okay. Really, again, we just want to make sure that they are still able to graduate in that additional 60 credits or additional 2 years. On the left-hand side, this is what they're going to be doing at the community college with you all. So this should follow your business transfer programs, either if you have a business associate degree or an advising pathway or a specialization. This should be implemented at your community college. And if it's not, it should be coming very soon. The top half of this guide is going to be based on the Uniform Certificate of General Studies, so that 31 to 32 credit hour certificate. So it should look very similar. There can be with these transfer guides some paring down of the requirements. So here, VCU has elected to leave these humanities electives open, same with history. If they had specific requirements for their business majors here, they could pare them down based on the Uniform Certificate of General Studies course roster. You'll notice that there's not a social science, and that's because the business common curriculum requires economics. Additionally, there is a specific math because business usually requires a higher level math. On the Business Common Curriculum, institutions can choose from either Math 245, which is statistics, applied calculus here, or Calc 1. They can either leave all three, or they could put one or two, whichever they prefer. And in this case, VCU would prefer the student have either applied calculus or Calc 1. You will notice that pre-calculus is not listed up here. The common curricula do usually start with the highest level math, or the required level math, I should say. We are strongly encouraging four-year institutions to leave room for any prerequisite math courses, though. So you should be seeing on all of them room for prerequisite math. It is possible that they may not have room in there, and I have advised those institutions that students may be coming in with one fewer class if they're not able to make room for that, prerequisite math courses. There may be other ways to navigate that at your institution, but we are aware that this can impact financial aid, and so I try to convey that to the four-year institutions. And most of them are very understanding and make room for that. So again, the top half is based on the Uniform Certificate of General Studies. The bottom half is going to be based on the major requirements. So anything with just the one course, that is the required course. And again, these are based on the Business Common Curriculum. These rows here, there are options. Again, the institutions can pare down, or they can leave all of the options that are there. These two rows on the Common Curriculum, there are 6 classes that the four-year institutions can choose from. VCU has elected to keep 3 of those classes, and students would choose 2 of them. If they still have room, of course, we want to make sure that they have room to take their prerequisite math coursework there. And then if there is still room for requirements, they can choose any of the courses listed above. For example, if they were to have taken Business 274 and 280, they could take the ITE 140. Or they can choose any UCGS course as well. This associate degree will be anywhere from 60 to 62 credit hours. Again, on the right-hand side, we hope to see that the bachelor's degree requirements can be completed in an additional 60 to 62 credits. This is the transfer guidance section. Again, this is based on a template, so all of the transfer guides will have this information. The box here is the guaranteed admission agreement information. You are still welcome to take students to the actual guaranteed admission agreement and read through it with them if you would like. But now we have really just put the information that the student needs to know to meet the guarantee. So completing the transfer associate degree, the minimum GPA, and then of course VCU is indicating that they want grades of C or higher for all the community college courses. If there is question about any of this, again, you can go and read through the guaranteed admission agreement, but this document really is a one-stop shop for students once they know the institution they're planning on transferring to and the major. So they shouldn't need to have to go anywhere else to find out any more information. Everything they need to know should be right here. There is an important links and dates section here. So the dates to apply for fall and then spring, where to go to apply, financial aid information, and then the FAFSA is linked there. Are there things they should consider when they're selecting their courses? So they're indicating that you should take your English and math in the first year, and then some other information here as well. Is this degree right for me? So finding out, based on these bullets, is accounting right for your student? What is the impact on my degree of work I have already completed? So if a student completes the associate degree, it will tell them what to expect here. Please note, though, that the transfer guide is created for students who are planning on completing that associate degree. If they know that they want to transfer after a year, I would suggest that you recommend that they follow the Uniform Certificate of General Studies, so that way they can ensure that their classes will transfer and meet general education, or they can reach out to the four-year institution if they want any suggestions on courses they should take, because it can differ from the coursework listed above here if they're not planning on completing the associate degree. So students who are following this should be completing their associate degree, and in this case, it would waive the lower division gen ed requirements when they transfer to VCU. There's also information here for dual enrolled students who are completing their associate degree concurrently with high school. So sometimes this is called the early college program. This is very helpful information, and you will find it on all of the transfer guides. If they've taken any credit for prior learning, so if they have AP credits or if they were in the military, this section will tell students what to expect. In some cases, the institutions will reevaluate those credits. In this case, VCU has just said they will accept it. VCU is very transfer friendly, so you will see that reflected in some of the information here. Also, the catalog year. This is important because some institutions will place students in a catalog year based on that first semester after high school at the community college, which is great. In some cases, though, they may not place a student in the catalog year until they get to the four-year institution. And so that's very helpful for a student to know up front that, the coursework may look a little bit different when they get there if they're not being put in that catalog year right away. Is this college right for me? So this is very helpful. If a student isn't very familiar with the institution, this can give them a snapshot about what to expect. So in this case, VCU is in downtown Richmond. So if a student is not interested in an urban environment, this may not be the best fit for them. But as we know, they should always visit their institutions just to see if it's a good fit or not. This has some more information that a student should know. What can they do with this degree? You'll notice that there are links throughout here that refer students back to the Transfer Virginia portal. This is so they can go to the institution's institutional profile where they'll find more information about careers, salaries, job outlook, chances for getting accepted as well can be found there. If the program and major has anything they want to highlight here, we want students to know about that. They can put that there. Can you do more with this degree? So what to expect after the degree is completed. In this case, VCU is informing students about sitting for the public accounting exam. And then are there any other requirements that students should be aware of outside of the coursework? They can put information there as well. And that's pretty much everything that's included on the transfer guide. Again, once students have made that decision, they can use this document. Obviously, we do encourage students to have several options. Ideally, the major would be the same at those institutions, so they could compare, and hopefully the coursework that they take at the community college shouldn't change too significantly. If you have any questions, though, please let me know, and good luck and happy advising.